Let's do the initial setup on Xiaomi 17. I'm going to show you how to go through the initial configuration. So once you turn on your phone, you should be able to see the Xiaomi Hyper OS text. So we're going to tap on this arrow in order to proceed. And first we need to choose the language that we want to use on our phone. So in my case, I'm going to go for English United States, and let's go next. Then we can choose our region. So here we can scroll through this list of different countries, or you can tap on the search regions field and you can just quickly type the name of your country and you can select it in here. And then of course we're going to go next. Now, over here we have terms and conditions. We need to select that we have read and agreed to the user agreement and privacy policy, and then go next. Now we can set up this phone using another device. So if you still have your phone next to you, the previous one that is, you can transfer settings, accounts and other stuff immediately. But in my case, I'm gonna perform a clean setup, so I don't want to do that, so I can tap on skip. In my case, I have two SIM cards inserted into the phone, so over here I can immediately choose the default SIM for calls and also the SIM for mobile data. And then I can go next. Then we have the choice of Wi-Fi, so you can immediately connect to your Wi-Fi at home. So let me quickly do so. But in your case, if you really don't need to use Wi-Fi, or if you cannot use Wi-Fi, you can skip completely this step by using the skip button. Alright, after connecting, we can tap on next, and now just wait for the next menu to appear on your screen. Afterwards, we need to choose who will be using this phone. So if you are going to use it as an adult, of course, then you want to choose for myself. If you set it up for your kid, then you want to choose for my child. In my case, I'm gonna set it up for myself. So we can proceed, and now let's wait again. Over here we have an information provided by Google that they can search for accounts connected to this phone number by obtaining the number from our carrier and exchanging device info, such as your SIM card identifier. So if you don't mind that, you can of course tap next. If you are against it, of course, you can tap on skip. In my case, I'm gonna actually skip this. There we go. Now we can sign into our Google account in this case. So let me quickly do so. By the way, if you need to, for example, create a new account, of course you have that option as well. And if you don't really want to sign into your Google account just yet, you can skip that over here in the bottom left corner. Next up, we have Google Terms of Service. We need to agree to them in order to be able to use our Google account, of course. And then let's go next. Now we have the option to copy apps and data or use your Google backup. So if you have like a backup created by Google on your Google account or Google Drive, then in this case you can go next and try to use your backup. In my case, I once again want to perform a clean setup, so I'm gonna tap on a don't copy in the bottom left corner. You can also set up your screen lock password, set up the fingerprint sensor, and use the face unlock feature, so feel free to do so. In my case, I don't really want to use my time to set it up. That's right now. You can of course go to settings later on, and you can easily set up the password or set up biometrics as well. So I'm just gonna skip, but once again, feel free to do so if you want to immediately do that. Then we have Google services, and we have location. We can allow scanning, allow phone number verification. We can also send usage and diagnostic data. You want to go through these options, you probably want to read them, and you can decide if you want to use them or not. Even if you disagree to use them, you can still use them later on if you change your mind. In my case, I'm gonna turn everything off. And one thing that I can recommend you to do is disable scanning of Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. This is not really necessary to have this option enabled all the time, and it can actually save your battery quite a bit. So definitely worth turning this option off. And let's go further. Let's accept. Then we have Google services, where we can back up our photos and videos, as well as other device data that are listed over here. And of course, you can tap on any of these checkboxes in order to exclude or include something. And if you decide to have a backup created by Google, then of course we can turn it on. In my case, I don't really need backups, so I'm gonna tap on a don't backup in the bottom left corner. Then we have the choice of the default browser and search engine that you want to use on your phone. So over here, first we have the selection of different browsers, so you can choose whichever you like the most. And if you don't know anything about browsers, if you don't know which one to choose, I think the most popular choice is the Google Chrome. In your case, it might be in a slightly different position because this list is randomized every time. So you probably want to choose Google Chrome if you don't know what to choose at all. and then we can tap set as default. And as for the search engine, of course, the most popular choice is going to be Google. So I'm gonna select it as well, and we can set as default. Now over here we can continue the setup, and we can also leave and get reminded. Now if you continue, you will still have some Google features, you will be informed about them, but if you leave and get reminder, you will just proceed with the initial configuration. This is not the end of it just yet. So I'm gonna tap on continue just to show you what we have after that. So we have the information about quick share, which I'm gonna tap on I agree. And then we have the information about Gemini. So this is just information that you can use Gemini, and we can also see how you can use it. So if you want to know how to activate Gemini, here you have some tips, and then we can tap on continue. You can also activate the Hey Google voice activation. So if you wish to do that, you can of course tap on a turn on, and then you will begin the setup, which is also pretty straightforward. You can just simply follow the instructions that you will see on the screen. But if you don't really want to use that, or if you don't use it at all, you can of course tap on a no thanks. You can also set up Google Pay, so you can add your payment card information onto your phone, and then you can use your phone to be able to pay with it. But if you decide to skip this for now, if you don't want to waste your time to set it up this right now, then of course you can still use like the Google Wallet app in order to set up your payment card and then use your phone for contactless payments. So we're gonna tap on skip in this case. Then we have some additional options that you can go through, like you can add another Google account, you can change the wallpaper, review additional apps, and change how text displays, so you can adjust the text size. But I think these options are not really important right now, so I'm just gonna tap on no thanks. Once again, feel free to actually do something different than I do. If you want to make some adjustments, then of course do it. Alright, so now we are done with the Google settings. Now we are back with Xiaomi settings. Over here we have some basic settings, and once again we have the location, which I'm gonna actually disable. We have automatic system updates, which I'm gonna turn off as well. We can send usage and diagnostic data. We have personalized ads, and the user experience program, and some other stuff. And in my case, I'm just gonna leave it as I have it right now in here, and I'm gonna go next. Then we have the option to enable parental controls, so if you need them, you can do so quite easily in this place. We're gonna go next. We have the font settings, so you can choose which font you want to use on your phone. I'm gonna stick with the default one, and we're gonna go next. Then we have the launcher selection. This is pretty much the choice between the home screen and the home screen with the app drawer. In my case, I'm gonna use the app drawer, so I'm gonna select it, and I can recommend you to do the same thing. And let's go next. Then we have the navigation mode. So you can go for gestures, you can navigate with the gestures on your phone, or you can use 3 buttons at the bottom of the screen. I'm gonna stick with buttons, and let's go next. Then we have recent layout, so this is the appearance of the apps that are running in the background. And we have 2 choices. We have the, I guess, Xiaomi's original vertical style, or you can go for this classic one, horizontal style. I'm gonna actually stick with the Xiaomi's one. And let's go next. And soon after that, we should be able to access the home screen. So just wait for the system to prepare itself. And after a short while, you should be able to tap on all set button in order to go to the home screen. And there we go. You might also see the information about system updates or something. So you can of course update your phone immediately if you want to. If not, you can tap on not now, and you can do this later. So that's pretty much it. Leave a like and subscribe.